Tokyo is a machine built on motion. It operates on a relentless cycle of construction and demolition, overwriting its own history with glass, steel, and neon at a pace that barely leaves a trace. That aggressive modernization has roots in survival. Following the widespread devastation of World War II, the city quickly rebuilt itself, trading the fragile wooden architecture of its past for a dense, highly efficient urban grid. But a few geographical pockets escaped that cycle. Here in the northeast, the Yanaka neighborhood remains a living fragment of Tokyo's Shitamachi, the old working-class lower city. Stepping out of the surrounding metropolis and into these alleys requires a deliberate break from the modern calendar. The transition happens just a few minutes west of the transit hub at Nippori Station. The paved approach abruptly drops off at the crest of the Yuyake Dandan, or Sunset Steps. These stairs act as a physical boundary line. At the bottom lies a 170-meter stretch of pavement anchored firmly in the Showa era. To understand the Showa aesthetic of the 1950s is to recognize a period defined by post-war recovery. It was a time built on close-knit communal living, unhurried interactions, and infrastructure scaled entirely to human beings. Moving down the steps, the dense, narrow street forces visitors to shed their urgency and match the slower rhythm of the valley. Down on the street, the sensory experience shifts from the visual noise of the upper city to the scent of hot oil and roasted grains. 60 independent family-run shops line the pathway. Inside Niku no Suzuki, the preparation is slow and deliberate. They craft their menchikatsu, a 100% beef croquette, by hand, frying it only when the breadcrumb coating is perfectly set. Down the lane at Chanmage Imo, whole sweet potatoes are individually skewered and roasted until the sesame seeds coating them begin to pop. The roots of this culinary culture run deep. These storefronts operate as the direct descendants of the mobile vendor stalls that fed the working-class citizens of the old lower city. The economics here require patience. Transactions are entirely cash-based, demanding small physical exchanges and face-to-face conversation instead of a frictionless digital tap. And the shops operate strictly on human hours. While the rest of Tokyo runs 24/7, the metal shutters in Yanaka begin rolling down by 6 p.m. Preparing and purchasing food this way rejects the sterile convenience of automated commerce. It demands time, presence, and interaction. The human shopkeepers share the pavement with the neighborhood's other established residents. Stray community cats lounge across doorsteps and the nearby cemetery, dictating the flow of foot traffic. Local students from the Tokyo University of the Arts formalized that feline identity by carving the Shichifuku Neko, 7 wooden statues of lucky cats. Rather than placing these statues on the ground, they hid them on awnings and rooflines. This mapping strategy forces pedestrians into a scavenger hunt. To find the cats, you have to stop walking, look up, and break your forward momentum. The living community actively supports this identity. At Yanaka Shibuya, bakers craft warm donuts shaped entirely like patterned cattails. The neighborhood's affinity for cats dates back centuries, to the Edo period, when the high concentration of local temples relied on them to protect grain stores and archives from mice. Whether living on the pavement or carved into the rafters, these animals act as a natural pacing mechanism. They reward careful observation over speed. As the afternoon fades and the tourist traffic thins out, the locals reclaim the pavement for themselves. That communal life anchors around Echigoya Hanten, a local liquor store that has operated since 1904 without ever adopting polished aesthetics or modern seating. Patrons grab cold local sake and pull up bare, upturned milk crates right on the asphalt, striking up conversations with whoever walks by. This unpretentious setup creates genuine neighborhood connection. It relies entirely on shared vulnerability and physical presence on the street. Returning to the top of the Yuyake Dandan stairs at the golden hour reveals why they are called the Sunset Steps. The light floods the valley, casting long, horizontal shadows across the low-rise roofs. In the distance, the sprawling, towering skyline of the modern metropolis surrounds this tiny, horizontal enclave on all sides. Yanaka Ginza survives because its community makes a daily choice. They prioritize craft, tradition, and human scale, despite immense economic pressure to build upward. Inside a city built on relentless acceleration, Keeping this street alive proves that the ultimate luxury is granting yourself permission to slow down.